Hello you guys, welcome to Local Music Shapes Culture this week. I'm Alison Christoff and I'm here today with jilly 100billy. And we are crafting this week because I wanted to switch it up.
Expressing creativity. If my EP was a collage, it would, this is the start of it.
Is that your inspiration for today?
Yeah, I would say so.
You literally just released an EP, didn't you?
I did. It's called Carpet, and it is a 5-song EP about my first situationship with a woman. And now that my dad has passed, I can confirm to the people the grief is kind of the same. Shout out to all my sapphic people. It's rough out here sometimes.
Please bear with me. This new format, I am not even an expert in audio and everything. So we'll see how much of a pain this makes for me to edit this video. Jill, how would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself as a very strong observer and very emotionally in tune with what's going on around me, as well as nostalgic. I really appreciate making light out of dark humor.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm
really...
I'm
sure that's come into your life a lot recently.
It's kind of just been an ongoing thing since I turned 20. I don't know if there's a 20 theory. I know there's a 19 theory, but I think there's a 20 theory where you think that the part of your growth in life is when you're a teen, but I truly believe it's, if your teens prepare you, but not really to endure what happens as soon as you hit 20 in life. The frontal lobe rapidly develops. I'm almost 24, and I've already seen a lot of shit, but I've also been able to learn more logical ways of dealing with things because I grew up very emotional, and it's important to look at both sides of the psychological spectrum, which is logic and emotion, brain and heart, if you will. Cheese kisses.
Do you think that was just in you when you were born, or do you think you developed that because of life experiences?
I think it's been in me since I was born. I was talking to a family friend that used to babysit me recently, and she told me, because I'm kind of big on astrology, she was telling me that I could tell when she was having a bad day. So I think I've always had this in me. I've always been very sensitive to everybody, and I can adapt in any social situation.
That's a very useful skill to have.
Yeah. The
adaptability.
Would you say you're more emotional or logical? We have the same moon, which is Pisces.
So is this EP you released your first time releasing music?
Yeah, well, I would say yes, my first time releasing music, because for Boy Girl Blue / Peace of Mind, I've done stuff with him before.
Yeah.
I haven't really done anything outside of that until my EP. So yes, this would be the first thing I released. That's mine, and I'm insanely proud of it. I've been working on it since last June, and it just describes my crash out when I first fell in love with a woman. So it was it's a beginning to end story. Each song has a specific part of our 2 to 3 month long best friendship. That was just homoerotic friendship, which I'm sure, I think most people know what that is.
Yeah.
It's like if you've heard Brat, the song Girl So Confusing, that's like...
You really resonate with that song.
I do. I think a lot of people do, though. It doesn't even have to be a romantic sense. You can resonate with the Girl So Confusing song because, well, it's not my song, it's Charlie XCX, the legend. It can be friendships, family relationships, because it's so confusing to be a girl. But I guess my version of that would be Dear. That's the first song that's on my EP.
What's that song about?
Well, it takes place in August 2023 at Healer, where I met a girl that was on a first date with a boy. She told me later on that I saved that date, right?
Really?
Yeah, so she would have left, because I'd sat next to her, And the deer is describing the guy that she ended up with and is still with. It was really hard to wrap my head around it because when we were friends and everything, essentially, there was a lot of touchy moments and everything, and like I bought her flowers before he did, and in the lyrics it's like she repositions her joints. Like sometimes people you date, you absorb yourself with them so hard that you don't really have a personality outside of who they are. You kind of morph into them. So one of the lyrics is like, molded into his doe, it's far too late. So he's the deer and she's the doe kind of thing.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like that phenomenon is like a very much like prematurity or like lack of self-security thing, you know? So it's like you feel like you have to be like your partner because I don't know. You can't be accepted if you're like different or think different things, you know?
Yeah, and it's like it's something you gotta learn too, because she is younger than me. But I really am a huge fan of albums and EPs that transition into the next song. That's what I did for mine as well. It's like it starts off, you know, like rock, and then you go to like a Steven Universe instrumental sounding song, then an R&B kind of song, a devastating one, and an acceptance. It's like the 5 stages of grief. Except that's not linear. Oh, 5 stages of grief. That's how I describe my EP, but not in order.
Interesting. Did you go into it knowing it would be like that?
No. I just knew I wanted to, like, make a song different, because I don't even know what my genre is.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. Like, how would you describe your music?
I would just describe it as like literally a little bit of everything. But mostly, if I had to choose, I would say alternative rock.
So, what part did you have in like making it, producing it, like picking all the parts or making all the parts?
Yeah. So I wrote the lyrics and did the vocals, but the rest was done by my really good friends who also do music. Neharka, she was awesome. She has an album called Tundra, an EP called 500 Degrees, and her boyfriend Brooks also does his own stuff, but he hasn't released anything in a while. But, you know, they're really good at working together to produce things, so they kind of helped me when I was going through my crash out. Instead of me continuing to reach out to said girl that I was in love with, I would use that pain to create. It opened a whole new world of opportunity. And I really love it.
So it was like a healthy release of those emotions?
Absolutely, because I wasn't being healthy about it at first.
Yeah.
It was not at all.
Yeah, relationships are difficult.
Totally. I mean, I was wrapped into toxic relationships kind of my whole life, and also just my family dynamics that I didn't know what healthy looked like, so I would hyperfixate and obsess over what I know wasn't going to happen deep down. But I had that, like, I can save you mindset. But that is, I had to learn that the hard way.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
But it didn't stop there. I mean, I didn't know I was living until around this time last year. I lived with an abusive man at my house, which now I'm turning that spare room that he used to live in into, like, the lesbian room, the chill room.
Oh,
so
okay.
While going through these crash out emotions of, like, discovering who I was and being loved someone, I read the master doc and was dealing with a very bad man at my place. So there was a lot that went into that last year. And then I said 2025 is my year for real, and then my dad croaked. But he kind of, like, spoke it into existence, because he would be like, I could just drop dead one day and you wouldn't. Like, you would have to move on. And I'm
That's
like,
kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, your phone was buzzing?
Yeah.
Okay. I like keep looking over to see if it's like mine.
Just wife texting me. Which I did meet her, like, back in June, but I, like, pushed that away because I was like, what's healthy? I pushed away something that was a lot better for me and healthier for me. Everything really falls into place, and I think a lot of people.
For you or just in general?
I think in general. I mean, for me, I've had that personal experience, but I see how things fall into place for others. And I'm not the most patient person, so it took a while for me to be like, okay with waiting for things to fall into place. But I think it's worth the wait, and it made me more patient.
Is there a way you can facilitate things falling into place?
I would say, like, nothing is linear. Everything is on everyone's own time. I would say falling into place looks like struggle and then slowly going uphill from there, because you can't just go downhill and uphill like so quick.
Yeah.
So I think definitely. Ooh, I found a good place. I found a Billy.
Oh, nice. I didn't even know I had some newer magazines. That's funny.
Yeah, I'm seeing all these like 70s and 80s, 90s stuff. I found her. But it's literally the company you keep.
Is it like tape over there or something?
Oh
nice.
Stop.
Actually, give me that black one, because I have a roll here.
So much fun. Yeah, but I would love to perform my music more. I've only done one show. I was a little nervy, but it was really fun.
What's stopping you?
I know how long it takes to get into healer, and right now I'm trying to prioritize other
How long
things.
it takes?
Yeah, because the emailing and stuff I heard takes a while, even for the people that have been there, and I haven't performed there before, and you have to perform with people that have performed there. And I mean, I'll eventually get around to it, but
well, maybe after you're on this podcast, people will ask jilly 100billy to perform on their bill.
please, it would be so much fun. Do it or you hate lesbians.
I will. Okay, so placeholder for inserting a clip of Joe's music.
What do you need? Come on, let's make it about Jill.
Well, I can pause it if I want. What song do you want it to be?
A deer. That's the rock one.
Okay.
And then I have, so the other thing that's stopping me, I don't think a lot of people fit to my genre. You got like metal, screamo, emo violence.
Here.
I don't think I identify with any of those, but I mean, they're still awesome. I think maybe like Seventh Cloud. Shout out Seventh Cloud.
From Fort Wayne.
Yeah, they're good. And then Peer Pressure maybe a little, but yeah, I think I've always found a way to create my own genres in life.
That's cool. I mean, I think that like moving the needle in music in like a lot of aspects, but it also applies to music.
Mm-hmm.
Means that you're not following in the trend of anything that's popular, or you're at least like doing something substantially different in some way.
I mean, to put it in like, I've been doing that since I was born. I crawled backwards before forwards.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It was an indicator that I was not going to be a sheep.
Ladies and gentlemen, will I ever get this tape to work?
You got it.
Joe, who's your favorite artist?
Oh, Chapel Roan, Cigarettes After Sex, Alex G, Radiohead. There's so many.
Oh yeah?
If I had to file it down, then I love Alex G a lot. I love the different, some of his music is very, like, loud and obnoxious at first, and then it, like, settles down. I really love music that starts high and that's low. You can't keep something consistent.
Like, it's dynamic.
Dynamic, for sure. You gotta keep the audience, like, engaged. Kind of like in a speech, if you're speaking very confidently and then make a joke. You got them. Bring it back. Go again.
Yeah.
Music. That's how I feel about music.
Like, it makes it tell, like, more of a story.
Oh yeah, because, like, it shows the waves of emotion throughout the song. Not to say some repetitive music, like, is bad or anything, because there's definitely some that have that consistent
I mean,
sound.
also, like, I mean, it has its place in the world, you know, if you're, like, making a soundtrack for, like, a hangout, an event, a gathering, you probably, like, kind of want it to be somewhat consistent.
Absolutely, because then, there's just a setting for it and everything, but yeah, definitely.
You guys, I thought I had this tape and now I lost it again.
Who's your favorite artist?
We're Nero.
I'll be real, I haven't heard of that. Oh, you got it. Come on, not on the tape.
Yeah, I'm just like, half this podcast is just gonna be me, like, teething the tape.
Get the tape. I found a raccoon. Oh, I love raccoons so much. Do you need help with the tape?
Wait, I might have it.
Yes!
Okay, guys.
She did it, everybody. Woo! Get a round of applause sound effect. Do you ever feel like, I know we talked about this earlier, but do you feel like you are trapped in 2025 when you were meant to be in an earlier generation?
No, I don't think so.
Or you're here, oh my gosh, there's something called Lana on. I should make a collage for Jenna too.
Yeah, you can start another one if you want. Joe, what are you gonna do this summer?
I'm gonna go to the Kesha concert, Big Time Rush concert, Wisconsin, concerts, of local bands. I'm gonna hike and everything. I love creek stomping with my dog. You would really like my friend Finny. She's great.
Why?
I think you guys just have the same philosophy on life.
What do you mean? What do you know about me, jilly 100billy?
I know that you are very much go with the flow, artsy, crafty.
Sometimes.
You reach out in the music scene in ways that I think a lot of people are not bold enough to
What do you mean?
do. Like your band Pigmel Brains. I have not seen someone be so animated on the stage
Really?
before. You got, you can expect with most of the bands that I've seen for moshing, but it's not necessarily that with yours. I would describe it more as freeing.
I feel like for moshing, you kind of, a lot of times it kind of requires a 4/4 time signature, you know what I mean? Pigmel Brains is a little out there.
But that's good that it's out there. We need to normalize art that's like that, you know what I mean?
Wait, so do you play instruments, Jill?
I think if I'm not automatically good at something, I'm no. So, I did play a little piano when I was younger, but I definitely don't remember that now. I just sing, and I love writing lyrics.
Cool.
But yeah, it would be cool to learn guitar or something.
So you have one live experience with your project so far? Is that what you said?
Yeah, but I would love to do more again. But it, like I said, it's not a huge deal. I feel like that opportunity will come to me. I'm a huge believer in, like I said, everything will fall into place. Maybe that will be a random somebody drops out and of a billfold and it's hey, and I'll be okay, cool. But
so when you perform, is it or wait. So when you perform, is it one person thing?
Yes, but no, because I haven't done a live instrumental show. Brooks has played the instrumental on his what he produced, and then I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would say it's just me and then him with his setup, making sure the instrumentals are playing correctly.
Oh, cool. Does he stay on stage during the performance?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Also, he made a song that was featured on the He Performed. So he performed, and then Niharika performed, and Steven, and then Cameron Takeover. Cameron Takeover is very talented as well.
Mm-hmm.
He releases things on SoundCloud, but he has a song called Superhero on Spotify. But I wish he'd release more, because he just, he's a star.
So you said the collage you're making is representative of your EP. I really like the raccoon you got. Oh my god, you guys, Jill got a raccoon that has a bunch of vinyl.
And it's not from the same page. Like, I had to find the raccoon.
Oh, it's not from the same page? I thought it was for some reason.
Looks like with his little paws, he threw all the discs into there. And then Billy's sitting there because she's like, you're throwing these on my head right now. This would do numbers on Etsy today, which it probably does.
Do you guys ever craft? Do you guys have any tips? Any like hot secrets you guys have?
That's a good question for the audience. If only they can like answer right now.
Yeah, we should have done a live stream. You said you entered a giveaway. What's the prize?
Croc gibbets that are custom made by Chaperone's best friend for her song The Giver. And I've been wearing I'm wearing Crocs right now. I've been wearing Crocs since I was really young. Like I said, even at the dad and daughter dance, I had my pair of pink Crocs on that I used to venture into the forest in my backyard to catch bugs, while all the other girls had their heels on. So I'm a longtime Croc fan. I found another raccoon. I don't know, I've just always had this obsession with raccoons.
Yeah.
I just love I love their little bandit masks. I like the 2 dancing bugs. They're going right here. I remember leaving dog food out, when I was maybe 10. And outside my parents' window you can see the driveway. And so I saw the raccoons eating the dog food. Did you go to Curious Oddities this year?
No, I did not.
I went.
I've never been.
And I got a raccoon head.
A real one?
I sure did, yeah.
What? Like a school?
Oh, like a taxidermy head.
Where is it? What do you do with that?
Well, I couldn't buy a full raccoon, so I bought that for $150, right? And then I bought 2 raccoon hands, and then a raccoon tail. So now it looks like he's doing this. And I wanna paint his nails.
That's wild. That's unhinged.
How do you feel about taxidermies?
I don't know. I guess I don't have a huge problem with it. It's kind of like how we preserve bodies for funerals. I think embalming is really weird.
Oh yeah, it's props to people who can do that job. Would you ever start any other bands now that Kaya is retiring?
I don't think I want to be in 2 bands right now. After Kaya is done, just because I got a lot going on.
That's understandable.
I don't even know where I put the cap for this glue stick. I have no idea how good this content will be, you know. You will see.
I
hope you guys enjoy the crafts. I feel like it'd be better as video.
I agree.
Putting on big screens.
Okay, so my first collage.
Ever?
Yes, it's done.
Wow. Hell yeah. That's awesome. You can draw on top of it if that close to you. There's some really cool paint markers right there.
Are you a planning person or a go with the flow kind of person?
In what context?
What are you doing this summer?
I guess this. I don't really like forcing myself to do anything. To be a certain way, you know. Kind of just doing what.
I couldn't do that for the life of me. This is so great.
What are you gonna do with your collage?
I'm going to hang it in my lesbian room with the other artwork that I have.
Cute. What else is going in there?
A gaming table, a Red Bull cooler, a coffee table thing, a jukebox.
What's your ideal day?
Ideal day?
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere where I'm with my future wife. I would say just anywhere in nature where it's quiet and throwing my phone away. What do you think of Katy Perry going to space?
I don't know.
I know how I feel, and I think the ship should have blown up.
I just don't really getting on all the hype of I don't know. I think it's wasteful to spend so much hate on a single event like that. To
That's so true.
It's yeah, she could have donated that money to a lot of other things.
Mhm.
But I don't know, it's just like rich people do that shit all the time for like that one thing to be like the center of attention in like the how tone deaf and stuff. It's like rich people are doing that shit all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe I think it was just more focused on because it was like, wow, like that is the amount of carbon you just emitted.
Yeah.
And
and it was supposed to be like an empowering women thing.
It's one thing to see a celebrity not know empathy, and it's another to see one like talking about how they learned empathy after a 11-minute trip to space. Like when you actually see them into the camera being very like clueless.
I don't think it was like the smartest thing, and like, but I'm just not gonna like spend a bunch of my energy like being really mad about it.
That's space.
I guess. I don't know how to describe it. It just like doesn't make me feel good to like. It's like, okay, what are we gonna do about it?
Yeah. Ooh, this is a good.
I'm also not gonna praise her, you know,
Yeah.
and be like, oh, so empowering.
Wonder if there's a picture of a ferret in here.
I don't know, possibly. That that prairie dog thing is very funny.
What's your ideal day?
I'm really trying to start being an early riser.
Mhm. Oh yeah, because when we were walking to.
Yeah, I said that. I just like, I don't know. I want to stop accidentally staying up so late. It's so easy to do, especially when you're like in music and stuff.
Because you're used to staying up late for shows, you know?
Yeah, or like going to shows and stuff. And I like staying up late, but I also like how the air feels in the morning.
Yeah, and it's just a little more quiet, isn't it? Mornings.
Yeah, and it just feels like fresh.
You have a lot of time in the day when you wake up early.
Yeah. Like, that's what people say. They say it feels like more time. So I'm trying to explore those vibes. We'll see. Ideal day, yeah. So I want to start. So this is what I'm gonna try starting out. Is trying to wake up early and going on a walk with my dog. I think just being outside, like the weather's warm out. I'm not a huge cold weather person.
I really think that my mood runs on weather. Like, yeah, it's a gloomy day outside right now, but I can hear the birds and we're crafting, so what's there to be sad about?
Right. Yeah, just doing things like that, like going on walks, crafting. Like maybe having insightful conversations with my friends. Like working on something, like if I was like, I don't know, it sounds so nice to like just like garden or like work on a project with your friends.
Garden or garden?
Yeah.
Garden.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, I don't really, and just doing kind of like wholesome activities like that, I think.
Yeah.
Painting my walls, cleaning the house with the windows open and the fresh air. I think that sounds nice. I'm not really like a TV consumer these days. I really like things that like make me think.
Yeah, me too. I used to watch a lot of TV, like growing up, but I was also outside a lot, but that's really just turned into being outside, having a podcast bathroom break. How would you describe your style?
Alison style. I don't really know. I feel like, it's just evolved a lot throughout the years, you know what I mean? It's, but I feel like I'm going through another evolution, so I've like been getting rid of a lot of clothes, you know? So I feel like I still need to figure out this new evolution.
Absolutely.
Oh man, my legs have been in one position for so long.
And I just had to before I went to the bathroom, I had to put my legs out for a second, let them rest for a minute.
Jill, what are your favorite kind of performances to watch?
Literally everything at Healer.
Everything, literally?
Literally.
What are your favorites though?
Favorites?
Favorite things? What are your
What do
your favorite shows have in common?
All of them are yelling. I like I like when Your Arms Are My Cocoon came into town. That was a really good show. And they were so nice to give me another shirt because I had lost mine while I was moshing. I like that, and then Kai Hair is really good. I'm sad to see them go, but they sometimes time is up for certain things, and you gotta look that and love this.
Don't read it out loud.
I'll read it to myself. I'm trying to make something that gives Taurus. Because my girlfriend gives Taurus. She is a Taurus. She gives hella Taurus energy. Gets sleepy so easily.
Oh yeah, I like Tauruses.
Are there any signs you don't really vibe with?
I don't really know all. Did it just run out of battery? No. I think the camera ran out of battery.
Oh no!
I'll just put a picture on screen.
A picture of a ferret and raccoon shaking hands. I don't know if it'll be AI generated, but it's nature's noodle meeting nature's
I was
bandit.
gonna put a picture of us, but I can put a raccoon on top of it.
Okay, amazing. We probably could have done a live stream, but I feel like we should do it next time.
Yeah, we'll do a live stream next time. The video cut out on my other camera, so hopefully that actually recorded. Otherwise, I would be very upset.
That would be crazy. We don't know if it's recorded or not yet, but we're gonna be optimistic.
Thank you guys for tuning into Local Music Shapes Culture. This is an abnormal podcast episode. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you want to support me, I'm Alison Christoff. Thanks for listening. Subscribe to my YouTube, Substack. Substack hosts my podcast and pushes it to all the platforms and RSS feed. This is jilly 100billy.
That's me.
Shout outs, Jill.
I'd like to shout out my wife Jenna, Bestie Niharika, Bestie Steven, Bestie Brooks, Bestie Grace, Bestie Rowan, and Tyler. Tyler from Kai Hair, shout out. And thank you for having me, Alison. This was super fun.
Do you want to shout out any of your socials or anything?
Yes, my Instagram is jilly and then the number $100billy. And then, just 100 and then the word $billy. And then my Spotify is jilly and then the $100 and then just the word
I'll put a
billy.
link in the description.
She's got it.
Should we show them our collages?
Yes.
These are collages, guys. Bye.
Bye bye bye.